All right, something happened in the NBA today that is going to get a lot of discussion. And that is the Brooklyn Nets have told Kyrie, you know what? No. We do not want you practicing or playing until you're vaccinated. Now, they basically said he would, only play in games where he was allowed to as an unvaccinated, but he couldn't play in home games, right? It was only home games. And I think games in California.
Or at least against the Warriors.
Yeah. But the Nets have told him today, you know what, forget it. You will not be playing with us until you can be a full participant. Their GM released a statement that reads, Sean Marks, it reads as follows. Given the evolving nature of the situation and after thorough deliberation, we've decided Kyrie Irving will not play or practice with the team until he is eligible to be a full participant. Kyrie's made a personal choice, and we respect his individual right to choose. Currently, the choice restricts his ability to be a full-time member of the team, and we will not permit any member of our team to participate with part-time availability. It is imperative that we continue to build chemistry as a team and remain true to our long-established values of togetherness and sacrifice. Our championship goals for the season have not changed, and to achieve these goals, each member of our organization must pull in the same direction. We are excited for the start of the season and look forward to a successful campaign that will make the borough of Brooklyn proud. What do you make of this?
I think that is a strong statement to make from the Nets. I applaud it. And yet at the same time, I'm a little conflicted. I'm absolutely pro for the vaccine. I'm also, a pro-choice type person as well. And I think sometimes you have to just sacrifice for what's the greater good here. And, we don't need to get up on a pedestal and preach about it. But at the same time, I'm also a little uncomfortable because I can see where this is going to go. I can see that there can be lawsuits. I'm already, hearing about it in other business industries, like the airline industry with Southwest Airlines and what they went through over the weekend with all the flight cancellations. And they're saying it's not related to the policy that they want to have all the pilots and flight staff vaccinated, and yet, of course, it is. It's exactly about that. And people don't like being told what to do. I'm one of them. I don't like being told what to do, but I feel like I can also take a step back and recognize, all right, there are times I don't like being told what to do, and there are times when I can see that something is necessary, and it's sad that you have to get to the point to tell people to do something that you would think would be just common practice. Like when we found out about the pandemic when it first started, we were all like, oh, if we get to a vaccine, this would be great. Then we get to a vaccine, and people are like, yeah, not so sure yet. And it kind of blows my mind with what's happened, but it seems like it's the right path.
Well, look, there's a couple things about this. We've tried not to be super preachy about this,
and I'm sure we come across as
and that's fine. But I would say that one of the things that in reading and how to be as persuasive on this topic as we can be is trying to meet people where they are and encourage them to talk. Don't listen to Doug or Scott. Talk to a healthcare professional. And, there's so many that I've talked to that said this is a no-brainer. Yeah, get the vaccine. My kids are getting the vaccine. But there are others in that healthcare that won't. And, that's disturbing. But at the end of the day, it's one of the reasons why I am rooting like crazy for this Merck treatment. My question is, and I would hope that people would take it, because you have to consider that if it can still spread. It can still spread through the vaccinated people, and it can still spread to us that have been vaccinated. But this Merck drug that they have asked for emergency authorization, would that be a game changer? Or do you think people will refuse to take the actual medicine? Because the one thing, Kang, you said this early on, if you don't believe the doctors to take the vaccine, why do you rush to them when you get COVID?
Right.
And now if doctors approve, if they approve the Merck drug, is that a game changer more so than the vaccine was?
I don't know if it is or isn't. I mean, in theory, it sounds good, but then you really start to examine it and you would say, okay, well, is someone more likely to take medication than they are a vaccine, which is basically medication?
I mean,
Like if you got to the doctor's office, they said, "Yep, you've got COVID. Here's the course of action. We have to. We're going to inject you with
it's a series of pills. Well,
with antibiotics or whatever it is. Let's just say for any kind of illness. And you're like, yeah, go ahead, give me the shot. I'm good with it. But you don't know anything about it. But you're okay with that. But now they've pushed this vaccine through. It's been approved. It's been approved. It's been proven that it's effective and damn effective. And yet people are still resistant. I don't know. It comes down to people being. There are some people that are really just hardcore freedom of choice. It's my decision and I choose not to do it. Well, what's the reason that you're choosing not to do it? Because you have that choice to do it and you want to tout that? Or is it because you're afraid of getting the shot? You're afraid of side effects that could come your way? I get frustrated with it, and it's been
political. Every time a doctor tells you to take something, you just usually just take it.
We usually just take it.
Oh, sorry, doc. I go to the bathroom and read Reddit and YouTube real quick and do my research on it. No one does it. How many things do we ingest every single day or take that we don't know? We didn't do the research on. I mean,
did I do research on these chili cheese Fritos?
Yeah, it's whatever, right? McDonald's fries. I'm sure they're not good for you. Well, still eat them, whatever.
The reason we're talking about this is because the Nets have decided that, and look, we're moving towards a world, and it feels like there are going to be consequences. And this is one of them. Kyrie is feeling them. His place of employment is saying, yeah, we don't want you to come to work.
Yeah, now, here's what I don't know, and I would assume that they're still paying him.
Only half the games.
Are they now? They're only paying him for the games that.
No, the NBA came out with the rule that said that you can start taking paychecks away from guys that don't play. The games that he will not get paid for are the games that are to be in Brooklyn, okay? Because he chose this route. The same thing would have happened to Andrew Wiggins, and Wiggins ended up getting the vaccine, so he's going to play and get paid for all the games. But the games that are supposed to be played in Brooklyn, he will not get paid for. The games outside of Brooklyn, he can get paid for. He's just not going to play at all because they're choosing not to play him.
Okay. Right. The organization decided that he's not going to play. So he will
get paid. It's the organizational stuff to pay him.
Half the games.
He will lose $15.6 million this year if he doesn't play. And he will make $15.6 million this year.
Yeah, I see this as being, this is obviously we're talking about because it's the NBA and it's sports. But this is something that's going on all over the place.
Hold on. Let me read this in its entirety. According to ESPN's Bobby Marks, Kyrie will lose $381,181 for every game missed due to local vaccine restrictions in New York. That means he could lose $15.6 million from his 21-22 paycheck if he misses all 41 home games, plus an additional $762,362 for missing 2 home preseason games. But with today's statement, Kyrie risks forfeiting his entire salary for the season if he doesn't comply with the state's vaccine protocol. So they might, according to this story, which I'm reading off the Complex, they might not pay him at all.
I don't know if they can do that.
Well, this is the thing. We don't know if companies can do a lot of the things that companies are doing, and there's going to be litigation all over the place.
No, because it's the city of New York City. This is an ordinance there, right? So the GM, Sean Marks for Brooklyn Nets, reiterated today, Kyrie Irving will lose salary for home games he's missed while ineligible to play. I don't know how they're going to reinforce that on the road games where it's not. Like, you don't have to be vaccinated. In New York City, you have to be, so they can take away your pay because you can't play.
Now they're telling him, we don't want you to go to work on the road games, and he's saying he wants to be there.
Yeah, exactly. That's on the team then at that point.
Yeah. Maybe. But, hey, man, there's consequences. And Kyrie is feeling the consequences.